This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we'll call a meeting in order. Would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome everyone. First order of business is to approve the agenda. Bruce, are there any changes?
No changes.
Okay, do we have any conflicts?
I'll move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Oh, you want to do that, huh? Okay. We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
No conflicts.
None here either.
All right, we need to approve our regular meeting minutes from October 14th.
Move to approve the regular meeting minutes from October 14th as presented.
Second.
Okay, motion seconded. All those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Bills, I had my questions answered.
I'm good.
Good. Move to approve paying the bills.
Second.
Okay, motion by Tisdale, seconded by Jennings to allow payment of the bills. All those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Personnel, Ms. Brenda.
I have 4 personnel requests from the sheriff's office. Alexis Richard, classification change. She was part-time, just going now to full-time permanent employee, correction officer 1, grade 1, base pay of $24.08, effective on 11/2. Daniel Johnson is a new hire. He's a part-time permanent employee, correction officer 1, grade 1, base pay of $24.08, effective 10/28.
Where does he say it?
He lives in Rapid City.
Rapid City?
Yep.
Does that work for him to live in that?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Alexandria Kolsky is a new hire, also part-time fill-in employee, correction officer 1, grade 1, base pay of $24.08, effective October 28th. And Stone Turhan, deputy 1, he's a full-time permanent employee, will be a grade 2, base pay of $31.43, also effective on 10/28.
Motion to approve the sheriff's request.
Second.
Okay, motion by Tisdale, seconded by Jennings for approval. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I have one more item under
Okay.
personnel. This is a request for a donation of sick leave for Barb Baker. Is as in the process outlined in Article 4, Section 4.1 of the Lawrence County Personnel Policy. Just need a motion to authorize the employees to donate sick leave or any type of leave.
Okay.
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion by Tisdale, seconded by Sleep for approval. Any further discussion?
Do we want to have a contingency on there that she completes ladder safety training?
Second.
All those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
You yell that you want that in there.
All right. Do we have any travel requests, Brenda?
I have none.
Okay. Approval of the 2026 County Commission meeting schedule.
Yeah, I just don't know what it is. Mr. Chairman, for follow-up discussion is the proposed county commission meeting schedule. If you were gonna maybe talk about your January 1st meeting and maybe the rally meeting or the first meeting in August as well. I passed out the calendar for January.
Okay.
Maybe one for August at the end.
Well, any of those dates affect you going to Florida? I'm not going to Florida. You're not going to Florida?
He's kind of busy right now.
Working man, no.
busy.
Ship sail. All right, there was questions on the January 6th meeting. Is there a discussion on that?
So I will be gone that entire, well, Friday or Monday through Thursday, I think probably. So I would prefer us doing our regular meeting date, which would be January 13th. And then I also would have a conflict with the budget workshop on July 14th. I would like us to move that budget workshop to the 23rd, June 23rd.
June.
Will that work for you, all your stuff, Brenda?
That's what we did this past year.
Doesn't statute say the first Tuesday after the first Monday in January?
It was not.
It would apply probably, arguably in a year when there's an election or there's been an election, you're swearing in officers, to try to get officers sworn in that, as early as possible. But no, I mean, we kind of have always followed it even in off years.
The statute is that elected officials take office the first Monday of January.
As soon as they're sworn in.
Okay. So your request would be the 13th,
Yes.
and that will follow law, will work, Bruce,
Yeah,
this year.
this year especially, yeah. And we've had discussions with other folks about the election year one, and I think we all agree that that first meeting in those election years is when we should have the meeting.
Sure.
From years past.
Brenda?
So with the January, moving that meeting to the 13th, you do a lot of resolutions approving on that first meeting. You approve the salaries on that first meeting. And so I would prefer, and it's just I would prefer to have it done on January 6th because of how all that stuff is approved. You approve there's so much housekeeping done at that meeting that affects the whole process throughout the year.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. I mean, I'll make work whatever you all decide, but
There's a payday is it January 2nd? Because we had to move that
it's actually the first.
on the 1st.
Yeah, but we'll get paid on the 2nd, yeah. And so yeah. And I think I'd have to look to see when the,
It's
yeah,
So it's always the 15th.
let me look at the,
Have you tried to remove or get your conflict? So
Yeah, I can't do it from the other end.
27th December.
Can't do it.
That'd be when it starts.
the actual start on the 28th.
28th, yeah,
Yeah.
on Sunday.
December 28th will be when the new pay, and that will be being paid on the 15th. I think. On the 15th, yeah.
So in other words, you'd have to assume then
Yeah.
that it would be after, well, yeah, it would be after the fact or close to it, right? Is that fair? I mean,
Yeah, because the payroll process will start on Monday, and then we wouldn't approve the actual wages for the being paid on the 15th. So if something would change, it makes it a tight,
So Monday the 5th or Monday the
12th.
You're wanting to move the meeting to the
The
13th.
payday though.
It would,
I'm wondering what the difference between approving it on the 6th or the 13th would be.
because the pay periods will start on the 28th, and that's when the wages become effective, December 28th.
Yep.
So you're approving the wages for 2026 on the 13th, and payday is on the 15th. So if you would choose to not approve that,
Would send you in a tailspin.
yeah.
Yeah, understandable.
I mean, it would
Can
send,
you
I
make
mean,
Monday
yeah.
the 5th work?
No, I have to travel day that day, I think.
Well, I can't make a motion. It's up to you guys. I don't want to put Brenda in a bad spot. He's the one that makes all this stuff work. Or Bruce.
13th work for you then, Brenda?
It just makes it, what makes it tight if something would come up and you wouldn't approve wages or something. Yeah, I mean, it just
Nobody can hear us now. Amy or Jesse, can you hear us?
It's registered. I'm concerned those would be a nightmare to fix. We just have to go on the road.
Yeah, we're not required by law to do this. It's courtesy, isn't it, Brenda? Well, to have it on. We didn't do it back in the day.
I think it's working. Thank you.
It is working?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call the meeting back to order. John, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you. I have a utility permit. This is from Lumen Industries. They're requesting permission to relocate the communication line. This is along the Whitewood Service Road. This is for one of our bridge projects. This is something we requested them. For the construction of this bridge that we need the service removed and replaced. So they did send a permit. I did, just so you know, I did give them the go ahead so they could start on it to kind of beat the weather. And they had a time constraints as far as the crew that actually puts the fiber optic in. So being that we asked them for it, I kind of foregone the formality of having you guys approve this and let them go ahead and do it anyway, but they still would like this permit signed. So I would recommend, of course, that we approve this utility movement.
Motion to follow recommendation for that by the highway superintendent's decision.
Okay, motion by Flanagan, seconded by Sleep. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
The next permit I have, these are for approach permits. I have two of them. One of them, these are for the Wildberger, on the Wildberger Road, the Hidden Pine subdivision. This is the subdivision that came before you guys through planning and zoning. There's an existing approach that they're wanting to improve. That would kind of bring it to the standards of a commercial approach permit, being that this is an approach that's going to have a through road that services, I think it's 19 lots. So the first one is to improve that. I did put some stipulations on there that I wanted the approach to be paved to alleviate the tracking of debris onto the Wildberger Road. It's kind of been a problem down there. It will require a culvert. In their plans, they do have a 60-foot long, 18-inch culvert that will replace a cattle guard.
Everything else in there is pretty standard. It will remain perpendicular to the Wildberger Road, and it will remain, have a negative grade to the Wildberger, from the Wildberger Road. I would recommend approval of this permit. It is an existing driveway already there.
Move to follow recommendation.
Second.
Okay, motion by Sleep, seconded by Tisdale. Further discussion?
And just a question, the hard surfacing of the approach, does that just have to extend to the right of way, or how do we determine how far back?
I think the highway department, that's the only authority we have, is to require it to the right of way.
To the edge of the right of way, that's what I thought.
I recommended to their engineer on the project, I thought they should pave the whole development. In such a short stretch, I think they could recuperate it in the cost of their lots, but I don't have that authority to make them pave their development. But I would like it paved to the limits of the right of way to do the most that we can to keep the material from dragging out onto our road.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
The next approach is a new approach. Now, this will be down there next to stage, I think it's called stage 1 or something like that, the existing road that goes into Apple Springs. This will be their second, this would make this development have a through road that will run north and south. It will run through the center of their development, but this gives them another access. It will line up with the existing approach into Apple Springs. This one will require some tree removal. I did put that in the stipulation. Again, the same with the hard surfacing of the road to the limits of the right of way. And also to control all of the stop signs on the 2 intersecting roads. They have agreed to do that. With those in place, I would recommend the approval of this approach as well.
Follow recommendation.
Second.
Okay, motion by Tisdale, seconded by Sleep for approval. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Denied. All right. Yes, it was approved.
Yes. We knew.
And the last approach permit I have, this is a Doug Luter's. This is some property up on Hillsview. There's an existing approach, and it's a field approach. They're going to put a home site there. They've got a building permit and everything through the city of Spearfish. It's in the ETJ, so they've got everything taken care of there. I did get a phone call yesterday. The address that they were given, I think I put it on the report of 4196 Hillsview Road. I did get a phone call from him yesterday saying that was incorrect, and it's 4096 Hillsview Road is the correct address. They do have the building permit in place. They're just waiting to put the home in. I guess it's some sort of modular home, I believe. The site distance is good for the 45-mile-an-hour posting. And again, there's an existing approach. I think the city, my communication with the landowner, the city was asking for that approach to line up with Gobbler Hill or whatever it is. And it's the terrain there is very.
I went out and looked. It's got a pretty deep little canyon.
They'd have to have some sort of small structure to get onto this property.
They use that approach that they want to use now going
It's
in
an
and out of the
existing
fields.
approach for their field. It will require some material to be hauled in and a culvert installed so that the grade isn't so steep coming onto Hillsview, being used as a permanent approach. So as long as, and that was a condition of the approach that I put on it, that they would have to add the material to bring it up to our minimum standard of grade and install a minimum size 18-inch corrugated metal pipe, minimum 32 feet long. I would have no problem with that being improved, provided they meet those conditions. I would recommend it.
Move with all recommendation.
Second.
Okay, motion by Sleep, seconded by Tisdale to follow recommendation for approval. Commissioner Flanagan.
I'd just like to point out that we're adding a whole bunch of driveways to a highway, a county highway out there. It's the same problem that exists on Hillsview on the east-west portion. And you're turning that into a street and not a highway. And should be controlled access, and we're just getting more and more driveways on there. So at some point, we need to stop that. And whether it's a parallel road or whatever, I mean, for a single house, I guess at this point, I don't know. It is what it is. But I just keep adding driveway after driveway after driveway on that road, and pretty soon it's gonna be a 25-mile-an-hour street.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Nay?
Aye.
Aye. One nay. It passes, so.
And we do have a plat here, the city within the ETJ is Spearfish. I believe we have somebody here from
Interstate,
Interstate.
Augusta, Push.
Justice gonna, I don't really know anything about this. They were looking for a signature on this plat. I didn't see that it doesn't include the language under the street authority for whatever law that is, 13 dash. It's not included.
That the county doesn't own a plat or doesn't own a road.
And being that there's a street, I don't know if that really,
Oh, no.
I don't know if it really pertains to this piece of property, but there is this, I guess there's a street goes through it. I don't know, but maybe you can.
So this project is, we're going through a change of zoning at the same time. That's on the docket for today. This is just north of Crow Peak.
Down in
Okay.
the, the service road. Yep.
So it's in the ETJ. The owner is going through the process, working with the city and the county together to be able to have this property in compliance. So as part of that, the city wanted it replatted into one lot. Nothing is changing for the use. There is an existing driveway, I think it's called Creekside, that runs north for the properties on there. I don't know, what questions did you guys have?
Rezoning comes later in for this plat,
They're
comes
asking
later in our meeting.
for plan unit development.
This is the area where the house burned down, right?
It's cleaning up a mess.
Well, Spike's old.
We need a motion to allow the highway superintendent to sign, right?
Right.
Someone.
Second.
No.
Okay, motion by Flanagan, seconded by Tisdale, was it?
Yep.
For approval, all those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
John can sign it. He's
Yeah.
authorized. Yeah. Sorry.
Do you want to have that added or not?
So I think what John's question is this one of those roads that, one of those approaches or plats that you feel that the city should have jurisdiction over? And so you include your normal language that you don't think you have authority, but to the extent that you do, you authorize the chair, the highway superintendent to sign. That could be included in the motion. There's the other language I think that John's talking about where it's 11-12-3, I think. I'll
That's
look
the
at
one
it.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
That says that to the extent the county signs the plat, they're not taking on any jurisdiction or authority or maintenance responsibility for the road. Normally you require that on plat, your county plats. That's not on this plat, as John points out.
Okay, I would
Well,
like
I
another
would
motion
amend my
to
motion
amend it.
to add that language. It's the service road is
Aye.
clearly ours.
Okay, I'm gonna call a vote again, then all those in favor of the amended motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll probably need an example.
If you go up to planning and zoning, they'll have it for you, please. Is that fair?
Yep.
Yeah, it's easy.
And it's just a thing.
Okay,
But I have
John?
to
You probably have
reply.
enough room to put it on that.
I would
I
think
don't know
It'd be
The
great.
beat is gonna go for that, that's the problem. I can try, I'll ask.
Thank you.
All right, John?
That's all I have, if you don't have anything for me.
Okay, any questions for John?
I think so. Oh, boy.
Hurry up,
Can we take a break till
Have a
now?
good day.
Transition.
we have to wait till 9 o'clock to finish our meeting here, gentlemen.
We mute the meeting for the time being, folks. Until 9 o'clock. I'm gonna get down here.
Well, we're gonna back door.
Back to order?
We are now. Okay. Commissioner Flanagan. This
We
is
probably
what,
don't have
just a
actually
minute,
the agenda item, is it?
the agenda item is,
9 o'clock, page 2.
yes, extension LLC MOA
Memorandum of
agreement.
agreement up to your Mountain Village.
Okay.
And just a quick update, so this started in August. Amy has been letting these guys know at least 2 to 3 months in advance of, hey, it's coming up. We need to get it done. Where is it at? You know, whatever. We have almost monthly emails back and forth with them. They kept recognizing, yep, we know, it'll be done. Well, they didn't get it done. And so basically I notified them last Wednesday, I think Tuesday, Wednesday, that as of November 1st, it expires. So I put 5 PM like the night of the next day, no more building permits or anything would be issued unless they get the letter of credit in. Well, now you don't have another county commission meeting until the 12th. So basically from the 1st to the 12th, we won't issue anything until they have the letter of credit done. And or they can prove that they've completed everything.
Mr. Chairman, I think Gerard Keating did respond to Amy's email saying that they would get on it, but as of this date, it doesn't sound like they have.
And they don't have anything.
So I'll make a motion to follow recommendation, not issue any more permits,
Or plats.
or do we want to not receive any plats, or we can't.
They can receive them. We're just not gonna put
Okay.
them on the agenda until they get it in
Until
place.
such time as we have that, it's been reviewed by staff and can be signed by the chairman. Or we want to review it by the board. So it has to come in front of us again.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Everyone understand the language?
So the way I worded it though, if
Commissioner
it comes in
Jennings?
tomorrow, you can review it, you can sign it.
Yep.
Is that comfortable?
I think it's fine. They're down to, I'm assuming they're trying to just finish instead of paying, another months of
Sure.
whatever for the letter of credit, because they were really close. But they just, I think with weather and rain and, whatever, it just didn't get done. So that's fine with me.
I guess I think it should be reviewed by the board and held up till November 12th is their next meeting, I think. So
I think we told them that the next meeting wasn't available till November 12th. So it's not like they're not aware of that.
Okay, everyone in favor of the motion will say aye.
Says we do it now, not wait till November.
That's correct. It says that staff would review it, then the chairman can sign it, is the way that my motion came out.
So, Mr. Chairman, so we would review as they would do the engineer's estimate of the work yet to be done. We would evaluate that amount, make sure it's properly reflected in the agreement with the 50% contingency fund in there as well. It's fairly standard documents from our end, I think, but just a matter of updated information. That helps.
Okay, further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
And did you vote yes or no?
I voted no.
Okay, so
Fails. So is
Yeah,
it
it failed.
motion then to wait until take action, if at all, on the 12th then?
do we need a motion for that?
We should.
Probably to be clear with them.
I think just because we did have it on today's agenda, and I did this purposely because I'm trying to let them know that this is gonna get pushed, like, you
Mhm.
didn't do what you needed to do, so.
Well, I'll do it this way. I'll make a motion that we don't do any permits, we don't schedule any of their plats until such time as it comes to the board and can be reviewed.
That's fine, and then whenever
That way,
they
if they don't get it by the
get
next
it
meeting,
scheduled.
it'll be the meeting after that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, we're
Thank
done
you.
with that. We're back in recess for another
I
4
tried
minutes.
this for your
Okay,
10 minutes.
I'm gonna stop the recording again, the audio for
Good
about
effort.
5 minutes or so.
Okay.
Stand by.